Now, do you know your Hulk Hogan from your big show?
Well, if not, maybe you should, because the sport of wrestling is huge, attracting fans from all over the world.
Yeah, in 2016, the WWE, that's the wrestling's main body, received more than 15 billion views on the digital video on its website.
Last year, WrestleMania, that's wrestling's equivalent of the Super Bowl, generated over $180 million for the city of Orlando.
Well, there's lots of wrestling in our house. I'm sure there is
Yeah,
more, Sally.
definitely.
And I haven't actually been to see a wrestling show, but here's a man who has, our next guest. He founded a business which provides travel, accommodation and tickets for events for those looking to follow their heroes right around the world. And it's Lee McAteer. Thank you very much for coming in, Lee. So tell us how this all began. How did you come from thinking, I like wrestling, to setting up this wrestling travel firm?
Well, wrestling was always a huge passion of mine ever since I was a kid. And when I grew up, I was watching the likes of Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, etc., etc.
I remember giant haystacks. That was my youth.
Well, do you know what? That's probably a little bit older for me, with lots of great
I'm
respect.
with Susanna. I'm with Big Daddy. Is that one?
Yeah,
or have I just made that one up?
Well,
anyway, go on.
Well, absolutely, they were huge parts of the UK wrestling scene, but actually now, the way wrestling has transcended into popular culture, it is massive business. It's really, really big business, and it's something that we're really doing very, very well with. And actually what we're finding is that as more and more people get into wrestling, more and more people therefore want to go to the events, and that's where we come in.
But why do we need you to make that happen? I mean, surely if I want to go to an event, most people, don't they just do it all themselves, book a flight, get a ticket and get a hotel room?
Well, it's a great question, but actually there's so many different parts in order to be able to put that wrestling travel package together, and actually that's where we come in. Because if there's one thing about all of our brands, it's the customer experience. Whether it's my other brands such as AmeriCamp or Invasion.com, we do things better because we go the extra mile for people, and that's what we're doing with wrestling travel.
If you do it yourself, you're going to save money. I mean, I would imagine most people think, actually, if I just get online and find the flights, etc., I'll get a much better deal.
Well, as a huge fan myself, what I found was that when I was giving tickets to WrestleMania, I thought fantastic. But what I didn't realise was actually how difficult it would be to get the hotel sorted and get the flights sorted because of how popular these events were. So because we had this massive travel company that I created that has all this other infrastructure, we were able to bolt on the wrestling events with what we currently have, and as a consequence of that, you literally pay one price and everything is covered for you. So the convenience is what we do.
So that ex-girlfriend's present to you spawned a whole business, didn't it? And do you think that niche travel is really the way to go?
Yeah, 100%. But do you know what? I'm also very lucky in the fact that I've got some fantastic people around me, Ross and Nick, who help me on wrestling travel. But do you know what? People want the niches. If people want something and they're so passionate about it, then that's where I think the business lies. And we can see that in the fact that we've got such a huge waiting list already for WrestleMania 35.
And that's partly because there possibly isn't another company like yours around the world that does holidays for wrestling.
Absolutely.
You're the one and only.
We are. I suppose that makes us awesome. No, it's really cool that we're the only ones doing it at the moment, and hopefully that will continue to be so.
And I just want to ask you about your style of management, because you describe yourself as a big kid at heart.
Absolutely.
And something that made us laugh today.
Your ball pool
in the
experience.
green room.
Absolutely.
The ball pool day.
He filled an office full of balls for his staff to put the phones in, and they had to just do their general work, didn't they?
Well, we always like to surprise people at our Invasion HQ in Salford, and what we did was we literally filled the entire office with 250,000 balls, didn't tell anybody about it, teamed up with some amazing guys from What Marketing, and literally, as everybody arrived, they literally were like, what is going on here? So imagine here in the set and you're working out of a ball pit. That's exactly what happened at our place.
Well, Ben Thompson is up there today in Salford, working with the breakfast team, so maybe we can throw them that suggestion.
Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely.
We'll put them in touch with you.
Please do, but the ball pit will be there on Sunday at our AmeriCamp HQ.